Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I am Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. We're going to do what we always do, which is go over the market and go over some amazing swing ideas for this week. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss in this video is for educational purposes only. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to download my free ebook. Link for that is in the description. If you have any questions at all for us, leave a comment or reach out to us, info@t3live.com. And if you somehow find any benefit in today's video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And with that said, let's get started. So we're going to talk about the market first. When I look at the market, I look at three things: the Qs, which represents the NASDAQ. It's the top 100 companies in the NASDAQ, but account for like 98% of the entire NASDAQ market cap. The SPY, which is the tracking ETF for the S&P 500, and the IWM, which is the tracking ETF for the Russell 2000. So that's what I look at when I say the market. That's what I look at. The market is bullish, but very, very sloppy. We could even see a pullback over the next couple of days. I don't know. It's pretty sloppy, especially the IWM. That looks primed for a pullback. But overall, the market is bullish. I said last week that I thought the market bottomed on this day, and it did. So how many days was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days ago, the market bottomed, and I am sure of it. Now, if we get a pullback, that doesn't mean the market didn't bottom. It just means we're sloppy and could see a pullback. We're also at the prior high when it comes to the Qs and the IWM. We're at the prior high. The SPY, I think, is at all-time high. So, but it does look like it could see a pullback too. So the general bias is bullish. Day to day, like for tomorrow, for Monday, for Tuesday, I don't really know. It's sloppy. Okay, that's kind of my take on the market. I have a lot of nice looking swing and long-term plays in the video description. I'm gonna go over a few right now with you, but I had a hard time picking out the symbols that I want to go over with you because there's a lot of good ones, but I feel like most of them are not quite ready. Like they need another day or two or three before they're ready to go. So I'm gonna go over a few here with you, but that doesn't mean these are the best symbols. Those are the ones that I feel are more ready to go than the other ones. So here they are. We have the CSTL, which is a bit sloppy on the daily chart, but look at the monthly. That's pretty darn good. Broke out. If you look at the weekly, it's a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly, and there's a fire truck passing by my place. Long stop, maybe target 1, but that would be a small target. So I would treat it like a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly with an entry over 32.53 with a stop under 29.99, and then play it as a monthly transition A. So target would be about 45 maybe. I'll give you the exact target. It's 47 actually. So it looks good. GSHD, I got this from a subscriber that emailed it to me, and I was like, oh, I like it. It's a 1, 2, 3 on the monthly. So over here long, stop right here, and target I would say up here. Okay? But that's not something I found on my own. Somebody actually emailed it to me this weekend. That's the GSHD. Another one that looks like the GSHD is the SWK. Is another 1, 2, 3. I like this a whole lot more. But if you look at the daily chart, it's not ready. It doesn't look good on the daily. So that's the issue with it. The GSHD is a lot more ready to go based on the daily chart. It's basing. The SWK I like more on the monthly, but doesn't look ready on the daily. So that's why I wasn't going to go over it. There's a lot of stocks that look really good on the monthly. I'll show you a few maybe that are not quite ready on the daily. PayPal I'm already in, but that's looking good. DOCU I'm not in. That looks good too. DOCU. Then there's the Zoom, which already triggered last week, but it hasn't gotten going. Roku already in. It's not too late to get it, but You know, does the daily look amazing? Not yet. What else? There's a lot. So the Roku, the PayPal, Zillow, we're already in it, so it's a little bit getting a little late. The Zillow and the Redfin getting a little bit late. What else? I mean, there's a lot of stocks that are just starting to break out or transition higher. A lot of the, you know, the real estate stocks, like the Nelly, the AGNC, the RWT, though it might be a little bit late, the CIM. So a lot of these mortgage REITs or real estate stocks are looking good. Anything else? I mean, there's a lot, but I can't think of them off the top of my mind. If I were to look at the list, yeah. So, anyways, you know, check out the list, the entire list in the video description. You'll find a few more for sure. All right, JWN, that's looking good. And look at the weekly on the JWN. This is the pinch play, where you have a flat 200 and a rising 20, and the stock oscillating, trading in between, and the range tightens up, keeps tightening until you get the price gets squeezed or pinched, and it breaks out. So that's the JWN. That's Nordstrom monthly, also trying to transition. It's a bit sloppy for sure, but it really looks higher. Needs to take out $24, $24.03. If you want with a big stop, $19.45. Tight stop, maybe here, $20.90 instead of $19.45. Okay, so that's Nordstrom. Marines or MRNS is trying to transition on the daily chart. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. I'm not sure if it's going to follow through. Looks a little bit suspect to me. I don't know. Pharmaceutical, I think it reminds me of the AMLX, yeah. Another pharmaceutical. Boy, they look identical. The AMLX triggered already on Friday. The MRNS is not too late. So over $1.70 with a tight stop under $1.50. Okay, but both MRNS and AMLX. I think the casino stocks are starting to look really good. This is the PENN, but all of them look okay. PENN. It's a bit sloppy, but look at the weekly. Trying to transition higher. Is putting in higher lows for the first time in years, maybe. Literally years. That's the weekly. The monthly is going to be a sell setup failure, maybe. Needs to take out 21.37 on the monthly. Stop under 16.28. So that's the issue with it, is that it's not a tight base on the daily chart. So you can't use a tight stop. That's the only issue. But there's the PENN, there's the Caesar, CZR, which already broke out. There's also the WIN, which I think it popped also a little bit. So a lot of the casino stocks look good. What about the LVS? That's going too. I think what is it? MGM always looks different than the rest of them. Okay, it does look different. Always looks different for some reason. This one doesn't look good. Completely looks different. But the LVS, the WIN, the PENN, and the Caesar, I like higher, with my favorite being probably the PENN. The PROC, this is a really pretty chart, but I don't know if it has enough reward to risk. So here's the entry. Very clear. Here's the stop, or I would give it to here, which is $2. Entry over 250, probably 257. And that's the issue, is it's a big stop. Target, I mean, even if it got to $4, it wouldn't be a huge play. It'd be a nice play, but it wouldn't be like an incredible play with a lot of reward to risk. Maybe 350 as a target 1, $4 as target 2 on the PROK, PROK. I have a lot of weekly 1, 2, 3 setups in the video in the list that I have. This is one of them, but I'm not sure it's all that great. The 1, 2, 3 is when you have a breakout bar followed by a narrow range bar. So long over 772, stop under 7. If you look at the monthly, this is another one that's transitioning on the monthly chart. Okay, but it's a little late, but interesting. A lot of the gold and silver, especially silver, trying to transition. So this list right here is gold and silver. I think it's mostly silver. Trying to transition on the monthly chart. See these? EXK is repeated. These are probably all silver. This is gold actually, but they all have 1, 2, 3 on the weekly. So long over that little bar, stop under it, right? All of them. Long above 634 by 586. CDE 740 by 674. You see what I mean? They all have a 1, 2, 3 pattern on the weekly. This also has a breakout. Stop right here. And then EXK. EXK is right off the 20, the blue line. So long above 380 by 345. AHL, you know, you get the gist of it. They all look alike. So if you want to pick one or two, I'm picking at least one. I think two out of this list. If you're a subscriber, you can log on to your T3 Live account. You'll see which ones I picked. Or just wait for the email to hit your inbox tomorrow morning. Guess what? I think the SMCI, I get asked about the stock a lot. The SMCI is probably getting ready to go higher. SMCI and also MU, which means the semis are going to probably start to lead. The MU is good, but the MU I should have gotten in it right here when that bar's high got taken out, because that was the bar that broke the lows, and then the high of the bar got taken out by the very next bar. That's a rule that I have. If a stock breaks under support and the breakdown bar's high gets taken out by the very next bar, that should be an entry. I didn't get it, so now I can get it right here. It's just not as tight of a stop right here. Or if I want to tighten the stop, I could put the stop right here on the MU. Now you might say, well, it's a declining 20, and you'd be right. It's not a very good daily chart. But look at the monthly. It's at support, at the rising 20. It dropped from 57 to 80 something, to 84. So that's a good spot to be buying the MU. Better yet, maybe the SMCI. Same picture. Went totally climactic, fell apart, right? Went to 1200, 1229, to 450, to 380. Okay, and it's starting to look higher. So I like them both. Maybe a little bit the SMCI more than the MU. Here, stop right here. Tighter stop. Can also use the leveraged SMCI, which is SMCX, I think. Yeah, SMCX. So this is 2x 2x SMCI, and it's cheaper, more affordable. Just saying. One can also use the leveraged SMCI. Really like TM. The only problem with the TM is it keeps gapping. I wish I was watching it while it was dropping right here, but when I went long, that was when I went long the Qs, Robinhood, I don't know what else, a bunch of other stocks. It didn't occur, Tesla, it didn't occur to me to look at the TM that day because I was already watching it, and that's when the market gapped down 4 or 5%. So that's when I should have bought it. And now I'm having a hard time getting an entry on it because it keeps gapping. It's not a US stock, obviously. It's Toyota. So I like it higher based on the monthly chart. Check out the monthly. It looks like the MU and the SMCI, doesn't it? Went a little bit climactic, back to the 20. I mean, this is a beautiful area to buy. But we need to figure out how to buy it. Maybe over that bar's high, 190.65, or over the weekly, but it gapped above it. I was gonna buy it over that bar's high, it gapped above it. So I can't figure out a way in it, but I really like it higher, okay? So that's the TM. And I went over the gold and silver stocks, maybe not all of them, but you know, they all look alike. The shorts are not as good, but here they're all sell setups, I think. So, you know, if you go back to the daily chart, that's a sell setup. Triggered on Friday already. I wasn't aware of it. Can do it here, stop right here, target the prior low. Basically, they all look alike. ARI, sell setup, triggered on Friday also. Not too late. BA is different. The BA actually is a breakdown. And it did trigger on Friday as well. Look at the weekly, that looks horrible. Now, to the month, the monthly has room to 120. Who would have thought? Who knew? But yes, it looks lower to 120 on Boeing. CNM, let's go back to the daily chart. It's a sell setup that also triggered on Friday. So all these sell setups were a little bit late on. I either wasn't aware of them and I found them this weekend during my weekend scan that I do, or I don't know, they triggered already. This is a 1, 2, 3, so it's different. So short, stop, okay, after a really bearish gap. CXM, I think also, that's a sell setup. Short under the base, stop above it. NXT is a sell setup, short under the bars low, stop above it, target the prior low. So this one looks good. PGNY is a 1, 2, 3, so short under this bars low, stop above it. And then the PL is also a sell setup, under this bars low, stop above, target the prior low. So the bearish list is usually not as good as the bullish list. Don't ask me why. I mean, maybe because the market is bullish, but I find it hard to find high quality shorts, whereas longs, there's plenty all the time. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions, reach out, info@t3live.com. And I wish you all the best with your trading this week. I'm Sami Absad with T3 Live. Good trading, everybody. Take care.